What's going on, YouTube? This is Jim Afanis, aka vypermajik, and today I got some Bungie weekly update news for you for March 19th, 2015. In the background, I'll be throwing down some WWE 2K15 with my main man, Mr. John Cena. Okay, so it's no secret that patch 111 was pretty groundbreaking. I did a long video on the changes to the game, and specifically with the, and still in my opinion, incredibly overpowered shotgun now. So as I play through Iron Banner, I have noticed a lot of changes, and I'll be talking about that in a later video. But it would be no surprise to anyone that because 111 was so game-changing, that 112 is obviously not as aggressive and doesn't fundamentally change the game nearly as much as the other one. That's just how these patches go. I've seen it in Warcraft for years, and as I've always said, I believe Destiny is an MMO, so it's natural that you're going to have these massive patches and then these little tiny incremental patches. So 112 this week focuses all on accessibility. For us PlayStation owners, this is actually some good news. They're going to actually allow people to toggle the game volume from 0 to 100%. Now, right now, PlayStation owners do have that patch that came out for the actual console that allows you to plug in a USB stick and listen to your own music over a game. Unfortunately, unlike the Xbox 360, and I would assume the Xbox One, although I can't confirm that those consoles would actually mute the in-game music, not sound effects, but in-game music when you played your own music instead. Unfortunately, PlayStation basically just pipes it over on top of the existing music, and it sounds pretty nasty. So it's up to every person to go into their own game settings and adjust the sound effect volume or the game volume to find a happy balance where you can play your own jams over Destiny. Now, not to take away from some of the amazing audio that's in Destiny, and I have said that I think the sound quality is insane, and I would strongly encourage any gamer who's passionate about gaming to go invest in a nice sound system, because there's some amazing sound effects that go on in Destiny and the background music. But as much as I love that, it does get old. And I would love nothing more than to put in some Metalingus or some Back in Black and jam out to that as opposed to some of the default game music. Well, now with this patch, I'm going to be able to adjust independently the game volume as well as the chat volume that I hear from my fire squad or my fire team. So the chat volume will go from 50% up to a bonus 25% for a total of 125, which is nice for some people who have really quiet microphones or their mic isn't that great and it's kind of hard to hear them. I've been using TeamSpeak on the PC for about a year now, and I love how you can independently toggle that. We're not there yet on consoles, but this is a great first step for chat volume at least. And then obviously for the game volume, for us PlayStation Nation fans, this is great. This is great news. And again, this may not make a big difference to you Xbox 360 or One owners, but hey, we'll take it. In addition, there is a lot of news on Colorblind Mode. I'm going to try to pronounce these. I'm probably going to booger them up. But there's Protanopia, which is some sort of color blindness where you have a difficulty distinguishing between red and greens. And also Tritanopia, which is yellow and blue. And there's a few other ones, but you get the idea. There's quite a different spectrum of people who are colorblind. My friend Kevin's actually colorblind, so I know he says he has difficulty with certain things. And most computer games actually do offer a colorblind mode. And I'm surprised that console games don't as much. But now Destiny's going to go ahead and insert that functionality, which, hey, I think's great. It doesn't hurt anything. If you like the colors the way they are, you don't have to do anything. People with color blindness have difficulty distinguishing between certain colors, and this is great. So on the official Bungie.net website, and I will post a link in the description box below, but you could see how the colors start to blend together with people who have color blindness, and specifically in terms of finding engrams or enemy shields or ammo types look a little different depending on color. Now, obviously, they're shaped a little bit different, at least in terms of the ammo boxes, but it appears to me that they're making a more conservative effort to concerted effort to change the way the actual shields look. So to me, and I never noticed this before, but the solar shield, for example, definitely has distinct flares that pop out of it, as opposed to the void and arc, which are a little smoother. So I don't know if that is just a byproduct of the screenshot or that's something they're going to invest in, but it's kind of nice to have that visual distinction on top of the color already. I don't see a problem with doing that. So there's more news on that, and they really do deep dive on the website about different types of color blindness and that sort of thing. The other big change also is the map in the upper left-hand corner. By default, you have your blue triangle for your character in the center, and then you have a red grid around you. And it looks like these new options, you'll be able to change the colors of the triangle and of the grid if you're having a hard time with colors blending together. Now, when I saw this, my immediate thing that I thought of was how frustrating it is sometimes to use Thorn, which is the exotic hand cannon, because Thorn has, when you use iron sights, it's a very thin, almost hologram green neon grid to aim with. And there's certain matches in the Crucible, and I'm finding this as I'm grinding through Iron Banner right now, that I just can't use Thorn on because I can't see with real clarity where my crosshair is because it blends into the background. And I'm thinking, or I would love to actually hope that eventually, maybe if Bungie's gonna start changing the colors on the map and all that other stuff, maybe they'll at least allow us to change the colors of our iron sights. Now, I'm not asking for a totally different sight. I'm not saying, hey, I prefer red dot sight versus a cobra sight versus a hollow. I'm not asking for that. What I'm asking for is, let me change that color to, black or to red or something, because sometimes it is hard to see, and it does really affect how I use my weapons. And I'm one of the old school guys that always likes to iron sight. I don't like to hip fire ever. I like to always look down the scope. And it's difficult for me to do that with the current color scheme. So that'd be great if they can fix that. And I don't know if that's even being thought about. That may play into what Bungie considers as the, weapon aesthetic, and they may not feel like it's, it goes against what, the idea or the feel of the weapon and art design and everything. But just from a pure, I want to see better standpoint, I would love for this to happen. So anyways, that's just a high-level overview of some of the stuff we can expect for patch 1.12, which is coming, quote-unquote, soon. There may be some other stuff, but it does seem to be focused more on accessibility. So all good changes, at least, again, for PlayStation owners. That's something that we've been wanting for a while when it comes to our own music. So anyways, I'll be posting a video later in the week about my impressions on patch 1.11 in terms of Iron Banner. And let me know in the comments box below what you guys think about the new 1.12 patch, and if it even sounds cool to you, if you don't even care, or if there's any other nice-to-have type patch fix that you would like to see in the game that is currently missing. As always, do me a favor, comment, rate, subscribe. Thanks for watching, and until then, I will see you guys on the other side.